Hello trainers, Kaneto here, and today we are diving together into Open Master League with a line that I believe is all you need in order to be competitive in Go Battle League for the next 2 weeks. Also, I saw that on my community tab, most of you did not even purchase that Melmetal ticket. So with that in mind, I'm running a giveaway right now. So if you want to participate in that giveaway for that Melmetal ticket for this season and grab for yourselves one double iron bass for today, well, all you have to do is to go ahead and comment below this video, like this video, and of course be a subscriber of this channel in order to be able to participate in the contest and the giveaway. After the 2000 views, I'm gonna go for a second giveaway for a second Melmetal ticket, so feel free to share with your friends if you want to have a second chance at taking that giveaway towards your trainer's account. So if I were you, I would definitely be a subscriber already, like the video, of course comment and share with my friends, because we can raise those views and grab that second giveaway for you. With that in mind, now let's see what we got here, because Kyogre is gonna lead the team. At the back we have the Dialga and the Mewtwo, so at some point Mewtwo will be replaced with Lugia, but to be honest, I think that Mewtwo is gonna work just fine. You might want to have Lugia as your pivot, as your safe switch, only because of those Giratinas. Oh, and one more thing about the giveaway, I'm gonna run the giveaway towards Friday, because we need to have as much time as possible to get the best out of the double iron bass on Melmetal for those that will win that ticket for the Melmetal for this season, because Master League is around and we do not want to miss any more time at all. So now let's return into the video and let's see what else we got going on with those practice battles. Even though Kyogre could easily take here an Iron Head, I did not want to risk it at all, and since I was gonna get pretty low, I decided to spend the shield and go for my own bait with Surf. Origin Pulse, even when resisted, it is still gonna do a lot of damage, a ton of damage on the enemy, so keep that in mind. But unfortunately they let that go. Hopefully though for me, they let the Side Strike go through and down they go. Perhaps they thought they could survive, perhaps they did not need Dialga at all, since they have another counter for my Kyogre at the back. It's all a matter of time right now. Let's see how they want to respond, because this is a CMP and this is looking pretty promising for my Mewtwo. Down I go. However, we are both even on shields right now, and we can pressure for the Surf before they reach to the next Side Strike, before that CMP, which they are for sure gonna win since Mewtwo is absolutely awesome. And now I'm gonna bring my Dialga into play. I know that I can take one move, and I know that they do not carry that Focus Blast on their Mewtwo, so at this point I have to block the next move, whatever that is, and try to completely farm down. We have to count those Psycho Cuts, and right before the 5th one, before the CMP, I have to throw, otherwise my Dialga could go down. It's all up to the final Pokemon. It ends up being a Togekiss, so the battle is not over yet, because even if the Iron Head lands, I don't think it's gonna be enough to knock out. They can still survive, farm me down, and we are not even close to the Surf. We have to get there with the following waterfalls, and on the CMP we're gonna grab this victory, because Kyogre is an amazing beast and probably the Lord of the Ocean. Into the next one now, and the Groudon up against us, and that is the main reason you want to run Kyogre for this meta. A lot of Groudons are gonna be around, since that Pokemon is gonna be the rank 1 overall with those Precipice Blades. And at this point we have the Lugia on the switch. I'm just gonna call it, but it ends up being an Aeroblast, big damage on my Dialga, but hopefully we can pressure a lot here before they reach to their Sky Attack, and my Iron Head will connect, I believe, for not big damage, but still enough to put the Lugia at a critical point. I know I can survive one Sky Attack with ease, while those Dragon Tails are not gonna be enough to finish me off, and I can finish off the Lugia in return with my Dragon Reds. One more thing about Dialga, you might want to go for that best body one because you can unlock some certain breakpoints because Dragon Breath is gonna do more damage than usual. We're gonna charge up to a potential Blizzard and they end up shielding my move, which is pretty neat since I went for that Surf. I was counting on this and now my Lugia can go in. They end up taking the boost. Things are not looking that well right now for me. I had the chance, but now we might get destroyed down only because they got the boost on the Giratina. We have to get now to that Sky Attack bait because we are gonna charge up to an Aeroblast and it seems like they're gonna fall for it, and now we can still reach to the next Sky Attack before they finish us off. They are getting super low, however they still have the boost and they are pretty tricky to manage. I'm just gonna take the move, just another Ominous Wind, hopefully no boost this time, and I have to get to my Surf as soon as possible. This is not gonna knock out because the defense has been risen up. At the back the Groudon returns for the final time and all I have to do here is to predict the Fire Punch. However, I decide to block because I totally lost the energy count and I end up blocking the Fire Punch. I had the feeling this was too early to be anything else other than an Earthquake, so I'm just gonna block it, and at this point we have to overfarm the point that we have almost a second Surf ready to go, one for that Giratina, one for the Groudon, and that is gonna secure our victory for this battle. Into the next one now with the Avalag upon the league. Okay, this is looking pretty weird, I know, but still Avalag is gonna be kinda meta since it can wall down the Dragonite, which is gonna be a very meta option overall and has solid matchups against Dialga, against Lugia, so you can see as to how you can use Avalag if you have one. Not the best, but still not the worst, kinda meta for sure. So on the Switch we're met up with a waterfall version of Gyarados, which was kinda outrageous as you can see here. Big damage on my Dialga and I'm getting a little bit too cocky, but it ends up being just an Aqua Tail, which I'm pretty sure we can survive and get out of this battle with a lot of energy. However, I throw at the worst possible moment because they pass through that waterfall and down I go to that Gyarados. So they might think that they have the upper hand, but guess what? This time we're gonna use our Aeroblast and the Lugia for the end game. So at this point I'm just gonna get to the Origin Pulse. No, the Surf, okay, that's a bummer. I thought I was gonna get to the Origin Pulse and Kyogre will be able to shield here, and at this point I think we can safely farm down. Let's see how my opponent decides to take this. Gonna switch out to the Florges, and yeah, we got the Surf for big damage on that Florges. They decide to let that go, and you know what, perhaps they're expecting a double Surf, so let's get to the Origin Pulse for the big boom on the Florges, and down they go. So that team was lacking a legendary, that team was out of Master League Classic, but it's all of a weird sense of practicing over here, so that's why we're seeing some picks like this. Anyways, into the next one now, another crit, this time up against another ground type, the Mamoswine. Mamoswine has to get out of there as soon as possible, and we're gonna follow the switch to the Zacian with our Mewtwo. Mewtwo is gonna be able to pressure a lot with those side strikes while it can for sure tank one move with ease. At this point I'm just gonna go with a double side strike before they reach to their second move, and they almost down go. Look at how much damage, this is absurd. Mewtwo is absolutely a freaking beast, and that's why I recommend to you for the core of Kyogre and Dialga. Those three Pokemon are basically all you need in order to succeed in Go Battle League, but if you want to use something like a Lugia, which is right now on the raids, feel free to do so. It will get you some extra coverage for the Giratinas. Able to get now to the Surf against the opposing Mewtwo, and I believe that my Kyogre is gonna stand on the upper ground. They have now the return of the Mamoswine, so my Dialga here shall be fine with that 2 Shield Flex, and we can reach safely to the Iron Head, so down they go. Mewtwo returns, but at this point I'm feeling pretty comfortable that my Dialga not only can tank one move but also can finish off with style. However, this is kind of a Kyogre video after all, because this is my new asset to my roster overall, so I want to finish the battle with Kyogre able to reach to the Surf, and that's gonna be the end game with that 2 Shield Flex against that trainer. Into the next one now with the Groudon up on the lead. You know what's coming up, the complete wall. So up at the back they have a Lugia of their own. Well, I have to stay in with my Dialga here since I want to do as much work as possible. Hopefully we're not gonna get hit by an Aeroblast this time. So they're gonna reach the move. They have definitely an Aeroblast ready to go, but I'm gonna call it this time. It is gonna be the Sky Attack. We stand lucky, not an Aeroblast like before, and we're gonna reach now to that Iron Head for lethal damage, most probably against that Lugia. They end up shielding, which gives me some time to think, and you know what, I'm just gonna shield as well and try to completely farm down. They are using the Aeroblast, which is pretty neat, so now they are most probably energy dry. They return with the Groudon and they can farm down, but first they have to respect the damage from that Draco Meteor because it might connect for lethal damage on their Groudon. At this point I'm just gonna go in with my Kyogre, and I know that even an Earthquake can be taken at this point while I can keep the shield for my Mewtwo and the end game. Here comes now the Giratina, and you know that the double Side Strike is gonna be more optimal than a Shadow Ball and the Side Strike energy wise, because Shadow Ball can always be taken by a Pokemon like Giratina. However, they end up taking the boost once again. Are you kidding me? So here comes the Shadow Ball, hopefully for big damage, and let's see now if the Side Strike will be enough to bring down to no HP a boosted Giratina. Yes, it is. This is how crazy Mewtwo is gonna be. That was pretty scary for a moment, that boost, and now we can reach to the Side Strike for big damage on that Groudon as well. They have to throw before they reach 100 energy, which means now that one waterfall will just seal the deal up against that Groudon, excuse me, and that is gonna be pretty awesome for my Kaio. Giratina in the final one, horrible lead scenario, especially when we have a Pokemon like Mewtwo at the back, so we have to bring it as a safe switch. Good news about my Mewtwo here is that most probably they might not have another counter to my Mewtwo or Kyogre at the back, so it might be on a very good spot overall. Mewtwo with shields can still go toe to toe up against the Giratina as well with back to back Side Strikes. Able to land the second? No, okay, they're just gonna shield, and at this point I'm thinking, shall I block, shall I not? And you know what, I'm just gonna let that go through because we still have our Dialga ready to go. Another boost. What is happening lately? So we're gonna get a Shadow Ball, I believe, here, and we have to take it and rely on our Kyogre for the end game. Almost down they go. They decide to switch out. Now I'm gonna reach to my Iron Head after I overfarm a little bit more extra. Hopefully they think this is gonna be Draco Meteor, so we can take the shield, and it's all up to the Kaio. Can we reach to that Origin Pulse, trainers? Because we definitely need that Origin Pulse to do as much damage as possible, and then rely on our Surf to do the severe job against that final Pokemon. So it's all up to the third Pokemon that they might carry. Origin Pulse gonna connect, down they go with the Dialga. We know that they still have the Giratina, but Excadrill now is gonna go through. Can we outspeed? No, we cannot, and that is gonna be a bummer and a weird way to finish off this amazing video. Overall, this team I think is all you need in order to flex your team into your enemies and be pretty competitive in Open Master League. With that in mind, just remember what I told you about the giveaway. You have to like the video, be a subscriber of this channel, and of course comment down below if you want to participate on the giveaway for the Melmetal and the ticket which will unlock the double Iron Bass for this season for your trainer account. Thank you for watching, trainers, thank you for staying till the end, and I will see you at the comment section. Thank you for watching, trainers. Just be sure to leave a huge like before you go, subscribe to the channel if you already haven't, and if you want to support even more, well, joining as a member can always help with that matter. Thank you once again, and I hope to see you all into the next one. Take care, trainers.